A powerful, fiery portal is opening right now, marking a radical energetic rupture that compels transformation from within. This isn't merely a fleeting shift or a symbolic metaphor. It is a profound, tangible force that sweeps through our lives with an intensity that cannot be ignored. As the portal ignites, it sets off an internal revolution, dissolving outdated energies and long-held limitations to make space for radical new growth. In its wake, the familiar structures of our internal world begin to burn away, clearing a path for fresh, unrestrained potential to emerge. This energetic upheaval forces us to confront every area of our life that has been stifled by complacency, urging us to let go of self-imposed restrictions and embrace our true, raw power. The flame of this portal is not a mere spark. It is a full-blown conflagration that strips away the layers of inauthenticity built up over time. It demands that we face the truth of our inner selves, illuminating parts of our identity that have been hidden or suppressed for too long. As these old patterns are reduced to ashes, they leave behind a fertile ground where our authentic essence can take root and flourish. This transformative energy is both a challenge and an invitation. It calls on us to step into our power with courage, trusting that the burning away of the old is a necessary precursor to the birth of a more vibrant, empowered existence. In this moment, transformation becomes not just possible but inevitable, as the light of the cosmic portal guides us away from the shadows of our past and into the brilliant promise of our future. Mercury's recent transit into Aries and Mars's powerful alignment in Leo have created a profound astrological catalyst that is reshaping the way we communicate, assert ourselves, and claim our space in the world. With Mercury in Aries, there is an unmistakable ignition of fearless, unfiltered expression, like a spark that transforms every thought into a searing flame. This transit does more than merely influence the nuances of everyday conversation. It compels us to strip away the layers of hesitation and self-censorship that have long kept our truest ideas and convictions safely hidden. The energy encourages us to abandon the safety of polite conformity and to speak our truths without the need for careful editing or restraint. As if lighting a fuse that sets our innermost ideas ablaze, Mercury in Aries challenges the outdated narratives that have dictated our inner dialogue, provoking us to re-examine and reinvent our beliefs with bold authenticity. In this state, every conversation, every thought, and every creative impulse is imbued with the potential for transformative power, revealing that our words carry the force to reshape not only our personal realities, but also the broader tapestry of our lives. Meanwhile, Mars's entrance into Leo further amplifies this dramatic shift by channeling intense, confident energy into the realm of personal power and self-assertion. Mars in Leo is like a cosmic spotlight that calls on each of us to step into the center of our own narratives. It does not merely encourage assertiveness, it demands it, igniting a drive to seize our rightful place in any room we enter. This transit instills a sense of urgency and command, transforming our approach to challenges by replacing timidity with a bold declaration of individuality. The energy of Mars in Leo forces us to confront our limitations by asserting our capabilities with vigor, ensuring that we no longer hide in the shadows or allow our worth to be determined by external validation. Instead, It lights a fire within us that calls for self-leadership, urging us to cultivate courage, to stand tall in our convictions, and to pursue our goals with unrelenting determination. Together, these powerful astrological influences create a dynamic interplay that reshapes how we express our inner truths and claim our space in the world. As Mercury ignites our thoughts into brilliant flames of clarity and truth, Mars channels that fiery energy into actions that proclaim our uniqueness and assert our presence. This combined force acts as an internal revolution, a call to break free from outdated patterns and to embrace a future defined by authenticity, assertiveness, and unapologetic self-expression. The cosmos is urging us not only to speak, but also to act, to own our narrative with a passion that can transform challenges into stepping stones toward a more empowered, self-determined existence. In this process of unmasking and purification, a powerful energy reveals every aspect of your life that has long been built on falsehoods or patterns you've outgrown, forcing you to confront the truth of who you are. This transformative force penetrates deeply, stripping away the layers of comforting illusions and outdated beliefs that have shielded you from facing your genuine self. Like a relentless fire, it burns away anything that is merely safe or inauthentic. Those habitual defenses and familiar comforts that have served only to mask your true potential. In doing so, it clears the space for a raw, honest understanding of your inner world and paves the way for profound emotional clarity. As these inauthentic layers are reduced to ashes, what remains is an unvarnished version of you, exposed but empowered, revealing an inner strength that perhaps had been hidden beneath the debris of old emotional wounds and self-deception. This cleansing process is not gentle. It forces you to acknowledge the parts of your identity you once concealed from fear of judgment or rejection. Yet within this exposing fire lies a tremendous opportunity, the chance to reclaim your power and rebuild from a place of authenticity. The burning away of these false layers does more than just eliminate what no longer fits. It catalyzes a rebirth where every fragment of your true self is laid bare. The removal of these protective, yet ultimately limiting constructs allows you to see your emotions and vulnerabilities with unprecedented clarity, empowering you to harness these insights to fortify your inner self. As you stand amidst the remnants of what has been purged, you are invited to step forward into a new reality. The process leaves behind a fertile ground where genuine strength and clarity can flourish. This is a call to trust in the transformative power of releasing the past, of letting go of outdated patterns to uncover the brilliance of your true essence. In this space of purity, you not only reclaim your inner truth, but also harness the resilience that comes from having been unmasked and refined by the flames. During this transformative period, you may experience a spectrum of emotional and physical sensations that signify not distress or anxiety, but the awakening of your inner power. It might begin with a pronounced, almost tangible pressure, sometimes felt as a tightness in your chest, that serves as a physical signal of deep internal changes taking place. This pressure is not an alarm of impending fear. Rather, it's a clear bodily reminder that a significant energetic shift is stirring within you. Alongside this sensation, you may encounter unexpected bursts of clarity, moments where the fog of habitual thought gives way to a sudden and profound insight into who you truly are. These flashes of understanding pierce through old patterns, offering you a glimpse of your unfiltered, essential self. Far from being random or chaotic, this clarity is a product of an inner process that is realigning your perceptions and emotional responses, redirecting you away from superficial distractions toward what holds genuine meaning. In addition to these cognitive revelations, an intense emotional fire may begin to ignite within you. This emotional surge can manifest as heightened reactivity, sharp, immediate responses that might feel overwhelming at first. However, these are not the symptoms of anxiety, but rather passionate signals that your emotional core is coming alive. Every surge, every rapid pulse of feeling is an invitation to engage with the deeper currents of your being. It is as if the constraints of old fears and limiting beliefs are finally being dissolved by this inner heat, paving the way for renewed strength and authenticity. This process, though intense, is fundamentally liberating. It challenges you to embrace the full force of your emotional spectrum and to recognize that discomfort in this context is a powerful precursor to meaningful growth. The energy coursing through you, marked by both its physical manifestations and its emotional intensity, is simply the body's way of urging you to acknowledge your true strength. It affirms that the transformative power within you, long suppressed by patterns that once seemed safe, is now ready to emerge, urging you to step boldly into a life defined by genuine self-expression and clarity. This period of transformation extends an invitation for radical self-expression, calling on you to liberate your inner truth without restraint or inhibition. It challenges you to let go of the habit of censoring your thoughts, feelings, and desires. No longer filtering your inner voice to appease external expectations or to remain within the confines of comfort zones that have long dictated your behavior. Instead, you are urged to express yourself in the most honest, unadorned manner possible, both in your speech and in the actions you take. This is not about seeking validation from others or crafting a persona to blend into societal norms. It is about peeling away the layers of pretense that have accumulated over time and revealing the raw, unfiltered essence of who you are. Imagine a life where you are free to communicate your ideas and emotions without the fear of judgment, where every word you speak reflects your deepest truths, and every action you take mirrors your authentic self. This call for genuine self-expression is an invitation to step beyond the boundaries of the familiar and venture into a realm where vulnerability transforms into strength. It suggests that the power of your unique perspective, your individual spark, can illuminate paths previously shrouded in self-doubt and conformity. In embracing this unfiltered mode of living, you become more than just a participant in your life. You become a creator of it, consciously shaping your reality with each bold, honest expression. The journey toward radical self-expression requires courage. The courage to challenge long-standing habits of self-censorship and to trust that your inner voice holds wisdom and beauty worth sharing. It means accepting that discomfort may arise as you break free from patterns that once provided a false sense of security. Yet within that discomfort lies the promise of growth and the possibility of forging deeper, more meaningful connections with others who are drawn to your true self. Ultimately, the invitation is clear. Embrace the full spectrum of your identity and let it shine without apology. In doing so, You pave the way for a more authentic and empowered existence, where your genuine expression becomes the catalyst for lasting change in both your personal world and the broader community around you. Transformation through discomfort invites you to shed the heavy layers of self-abandonment, fear of judgment, and outdated patterns that have long inhibited your authentic self from emerging. In this transformative process, you are compelled to confront the parts of your inner world that you have hidden away for the sake of comfort and acceptance, even if those parts no longer serve your highest good. The journey demands that you dismantle habits and beliefs that have been ingrained through years of playing small or succumbing to external expectations, even if this means stepping into an arena of pain and uncertainty. The discomfort you feel is not a sign of failure or weakness, but rather a natural and necessary part of breaking free from the confines of old limitations. When the familiar crumbles, it makes way for renewal, a clearing of the old that paves the way for a life imbued with greater honesty, integrity, and vibrancy. This process can be messy and overwhelming at times, as it involves a deep and uncompromising confrontation with the aspects of yourself that you may have long denied or suppressed. However, by facing these raw, often unpalatable truths, you begin to free yourself from the grip of negative self-talk and the fear of others' opinions. Every tear shed, every moment of vulnerability, and every painful introspection is a step toward liberating your innate power and potential. The discomfort serves as a catalyst, pushing you out of the stagnant territories of your past and into a space where genuine growth and self-realization can occur. Even though the process may appear daunting and fraught with emotional upheaval, it is precisely through this very challenge that you can reclaim parts of your identity that have been overshadowed by fear and self-doubt. In the crucible of discomfort, you learn that transformation is not achieved by clinging to the safety of what is familiar, but by courageously allowing the old to be cleansed away, no matter how painful it may seem. This crucible does not condemn you, but rather offers a kind of purification, an opportunity to emerge renewed and more aligned with your true self. Ultimately, by enduring and embracing this discomfort, you create the necessary conditions for authentic change, opening the door to a future where your actions and choices are deeply rooted in self-acceptance, honesty, and an empowered sense of purpose. This moment is a resounding call to action, urging you to seize the present and harness the transformative power that lies within. Imagine the energy of a cosmic fire burning at your core, a force so potent it challenges you to confront every situation, every condition, and every circumstance that no longer serves your highest good. It is an invitation to boldly reject the status quo, to stand firm in the face of anything you are no longer willing to tolerate, and to shed the layers of self-doubt, complacency, and fear that have held you back for so long. In embracing this vigorous energy, you are encouraged to step out of the shadows and into the full expression of your true self, a self that is unafraid to claim its space and voice in the world. The invitation is not to wait for a moment of perfection, a state that may never come, but to trust in your inner guidance and act decisively regardless of the external circumstances. This empowerment is about reclaiming your personal power that may have been muted or neglected. It's about recognizing that every bold step you take, no matter how small, is a declaration of your worth and a manifestation of your innate potential. By listening to the whispers of your intuition and allowing its wisdom to shape your actions, you begin to dismantle the old, limiting patterns that have kept you confined within a narrow definition of what is acceptable or safe. Instead, you move toward a reality where you are free to live authentically, passionately, and unapologetically. Each decisive action you take adds fuel to the cosmic fire within, igniting your spirit and propelling you forward into uncharted territories of growth and self-discovery. In this process, the very act of moving forward becomes transformative. Each brave choice reinforces your trust in your own capabilities, dismantling the barriers of fear and hesitation that have stood in your way. Ultimately, this call to action is a powerful reminder that the time for waiting for ideal conditions is over. The universe offers you this moment as a gift, urging you to claim the life you deserve. Embrace the fire, stand tall, trust in your inner voice, and take those bold steps, for in doing so, you align with the truth of who you are and the limitless possibilities of who you can become. Embracing these fiery energies signals the onset of a profound future shift, where both your inner landscape and outer world begin to transform in tandem, clearing the way for an entirely renewed version of yourself. As you align with this dynamic force, anticipate that every area of your life, be it relationships, career paths, or ingrained personal habits, will undergo a significant realignment. Relationships that once felt obligatory or stale start evolving into more genuine connections as you naturally attract and nurture bonds that resonate with your emerging authenticity. This process brings clarity to the people who truly support and energize you, while also signaling a time to let go of those that no longer add value, thereby making room for deeper, more fulfilling engagements. In your professional life, the EDE influence of these energies dismantles the old, limiting paradigms that have long governed your work. It invites a reassessment of your passions and purpose, encouraging a bold step into roles or projects that mirror your true potential rather than merely conforming to outdated expectations. This shift isn't merely about career advancement, but about realigning your vocational path with your inner truths, resulting in a work life that's both inspiring and authentically rewarding. At the same time, this energetic surge impacts your personal habits and daily routines, gradually eroding those behaviors that have held you back or maintained the status quo. Old patterns that once seemed safe now give way to new practices that foster creativity, well-being, and a resilient spirit. Each small change, whether it's a shift in mindset or the adoption of more nourishing routines, builds cumulatively toward the unveiling of a stronger, unbridled self, one that is fearless in its pursuit of authenticity and eager to embrace both challenges and opportunities. This period of transformation is like a grand clearing, where all that is outdated or misaligned is swept away to reveal the essence of who you truly are. The universe appears to be orchestrating these changes purposefully, helping you shed the clutter of the past and guiding you steadily toward a life that reflects your deepest aspirations. In this new chapter, every step, no matter how incremental, is a stride toward reclaiming your power and crafting a future that is as vibrant and limitless as the energy that propels you forward.